pretty sweaty.
Now you can take a breath. So do you want to say your name and where you're from?
My name's Kyra McDonald. I am from Inuvialuk, Northwest Territories. I am Inuvialuk, and I play on the women's hockey team here at Trinity Western. Well, yeah, these are traditional Inuit tattoos. It's a practice that was obviously a big part of our culture, but with residential school it's kind of taken away. And it's only been kind of regained these past 10 years maybe. And yeah, I'm so grateful because there is an artist that kind of travels all over Canada, and she's come up north a lot to tattoo people. So it's obviously a big part of my culture, as it's like a physical representation, and I can just stare at them, I feel like, forever, because they're just such a big part of me. I mean, obviously I was surrounded by such a small community, which definitely shaped my character, I feel like, different. But yeah, I was always surrounded by so much support of my family and my friends, and everything was just so tied close rather than living in a big city. But like growing up in my town, you're just so heavily surrounded by that community aspect. Like everyone is just so close, everyone knows each other, whether you're family or friends. It was just, everything was so tightly close to our community and our culture. It was just like so normal for us, I felt like. And I mean, especially now with the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation and all this acknowledgement coming out, it's definitely changed in my hometown in terms of, I feel like people are so much more interested in learning our culture and practicing, and like just so many different, like yeah, it's definitely changed in that way. Well, my dad was a residential school survivor, and so many of my family members on both my mom and dad's side. But it's interesting because my dad didn't have as a negative experience as some people. He grew up on the land, and yeah, when he went to school, he was able to play sports and gain some education, so he didn't see it as much as of a negative experience, which is interesting because obviously it was an awful experience for most people. Yeah, I think I started skating when I was probably like 5 years old, so I was already just kind of thrown right into that athletic side. And there obviously isn't a ton to do, so I feel like sports definitely give a positive aspect for people's lives, and it helps them a lot and can help them heal with anything. It's a great way to release any negative energies or stress, I feel like. At least for me, that's how it always felt like. And it was definitely a change going from such a heavily Indigenous population up north and playing with these Indigenous hockey players, and then moving away to being, yeah, I think I was the only girl on my team that was Indigenous. So thankfully I didn't notice any sort of divide. I didn't feel out of place, and I had an amazing hockey team and coaches and staff. And yeah, I do feel like I kind of carry that with me as I play, is knowing that I am the only Inuit hockey player probably on that team. So I always knew I wanted to go as far as I could with hockey. That was obviously a big goal of mine, especially moving away. And I kind of followed my brother's footsteps with that, because he moved away and he went through the process. And yeah, it was just very up in the air. I didn't know what to expect, but thankfully it all kind of worked out for me. And now I feel like I carry this big representation from north, even here. It is hard to just know about it, so I think just asking any questions and educating yourself is the best thing you can do. It's definitely a great way of showing that we are moving forward in a good way, and that we still are remembering the past.